Hey everyone, happy Friday, February 5th. Oh my gosh, it's February. How the heck? This year's going by so fast already. But welcome everyone to a new live stream. And we're going to talk about this week's episode. It's all about accounting for e-commerce with Brendan McCoy. And oh my gosh, we're getting a lot of attention with this episode. I got to tell you, this guy, the ladies love him.
And who would have thought that accounting would get so much attention?
Seriously, man. You're making accounting look good. Encouraging everyone to take care of their books before the tax season because it's coming up so fast. And like I mentioned in this episode, for those of you who have seen it, don't be a jerk business owner. Get your books done. Make sure everything's looking good for your bookkeeper and CPA. Get things ready. But yeah, how's it going for you, Brendan?
It's a busy time of the year for me. It's the busiest time, but I'm grateful. You know, it's always good business wise around this time of the year. But
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, in this episode, we cover so much. So you guys, if you haven't listened, you got to listen or watch on YouTube. But some topics that we discuss, we go through the top 3 small business tax deductions, very important, why the numbers don't lie, and where e-commerce sellers leave money on the table every single year. So don't be leaving money on the table, you guys. And then the biggest mistake that Brendan sees with e-commerce accounting, that was fun to go through. And then we also talk about how to deal with letters from the IRS when they're requesting payments. So that's huge, you guys. If you've ever received a letter where you're like, what do I do? Don't just pay it. Talk to someone like Brendan. Make sure you know what you're doing with this stuff. We also cover implementing the perfect accounting system, no matter what industry you are in, and so much more. So, Brendan, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad I'm here. Answering some more questions.
Like I said, this episode was just so much fun. And it sounds funny saying like accounting is fun. And when we first, you messaged me on Instagram, and I think the first thing you said was like, any interest in interviewing a boring accountant? Like, oh man, you are not boring. Like your Instagram is the funniest. I mean, dude, you're so funny.
I'm trying to learn how to make it interesting.
You have this fantastic thing. I think you've been doing it like every week where you'll compare Excel versus QuickBooks. It's so true. You have these great memes you create. It's so good. So for those of you who are not following Brendan yet on Instagram, it's at Etsy Accounting. Do I have that right? Okay. Yep. You got to follow him because it's hilarious. It's a good start to your work week for sure.
Yeah. I try to make it somewhat fun.
And you totally do. And it's working because we've received some comments, man. And when we've received some messages. Before I get to that, Rory, what was your favorite part about this episode?
Well, I mean, Brendan, you focused on e-commerce business accounting. So like Etsy and Shopify and Amazon and stuff like that, right? So what was my favorite part, man? I mean, the IRS story. I mean, that was a pretty good one.
Important one too.
Yeah, a really important one. The hydrocolon therapy client. That was pretty funny.
Just having that on the resume, man. That's a pretty good one.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, lots of great information just about, you know, what to do with your accounting, how to set up your business for success, and just realizing that a lot of e-commerce businesses don't realize that they're actually losing money when they think they're making money.
Yeah.
I know you said something like 75% of people think that everything's just like hunky-dory when it's not.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say more than that, honestly. I think a lot of people they don't like doing the numbers because they're afraid of what they're going to see. And that's scary, I guess. You know, it's kind of it's, you know, you don't know what you don't know, but sometimes what you find out might actually help, even if it's not fun to look at. It'll help you in the long run, I think.
Totally. Learning those lessons as early as possible.
Rip off that Band-Aid.
Yeah, rip off that Band-Aid. Exactly. Yeah, because what I have found with my own clients is people start living this lifestyle of like, all this money's coming in and we're going to live this millionaire lifestyle. When in fact, it's like, no, you are way negative. So that can be detrimental.
Yeah, the difference between gross and net, understanding that is huge.
Huge. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many, especially the in Etsy world, how many girls just focus on the sales. Like they just all they care about is sales, 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 and they have, you know, $50,000, $100,000 of sales, and they have no money in their bank account. And I think, you know, that's kind of the most important part of running a business is to keep the money that you're selling, and that's something they struggle with. I'll just say that.
Well, that's why you're here to help.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And something that we didn't talk in the episode, but I saw on your Instagram recently, you talked about business earnings in thirds. Can you speak to that a little bit now?
Yeah. So this is like a common, I don't know, I didn't bring it up in the podcast, but this is kind of like a common saying that I've heard through all different kinds of industries. But basically the best way to keep money is you split everything out in thirds. So the way I explained it was like, if you get $100, $33 goes to taxes, like the IRS. $33 should go to all your expenses, and then $33 should go to you as your profit in your pocket. That's like the easiest method. A lot of like the e-commerce people ask about like, how do I price an item, or, you know, this or that. I've heard this in the construction business. That's where I heard it first. But this one of my clients was like, you split it in thirds. So for every $100 I get, 33 goes to taxes, 33 goes to all my expenses, and then 33 goes to me in my pocket. That's the only way, not the only way, but that's the easiest way to keep some of the money that you're making.
Which means you need to understand that you have to have a 33% profit margin for that to work.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. When you're looking at products and how to design it, all that. Yeah. Especially the handmade ones.
Yeah. So one of my, in the course, one of the students actually brought it up. She said she goes to Michael's and she sees a cup. So she sells cups. If she can't sell it, she sees a cup for $12. If she can't sell it for $36, then she's not going to make any money. So she doesn't sell it because like she knows that someone's going to go to taxes, someone's going to go to the cup. She wants to make money, so she has to sell for $36. So $12 goes to her on every sale that she has.
Right. Yeah.
And that's probably the best method I've seen out there.
Definitely.
It's the easiest.
Yeah. Super simple to understand.
Super simple. Yeah. Super simple across the board for all business owners too. It's basic math, right?
All right. Yeah, we got some questions, right?
We do have some questions. Okay, here we go. So question number one that came through on Instagram. As a new business owner, what's the number one tax deduction that I should be looking for?
The number one tax deduction. That's a good one. So number one, I'll just say this. I'm conservative when it comes to like what you can write off and what you can't write off.
Smart.
Being conservative, I would say anything that's business related, like the number one, any materials that you buy. Like if you're an e-commerce business and you're selling cups, all the cups. So that's like the most obvious one. But I would say like anything that you can think that's helping the business is like a tax deduction. I don't think there's one more important than the other. Like, you know, unlooked ones are like, you know, your home office or your mileage, maybe some meals and entertainment, things like that. But it's kind of obvious, like what's a business expense. Like anything that you're buying to resell is like the number one thing that's an expense. After that, you know, like office supplies, pens, papers, printers, all that stuff. I would say they're kind of the most obvious ones, which are like the biggest ones that you can have.
Okay. Good advice. Good advice. Let's see here. We have another one, and not to make you blush, but this came in and it says, he makes accounting look good. Is he single?
That is a good question. I am single at the moment. I'm glad that I can make it look good. But yes, I am single. You can hit me up on Instagram and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, hit him up on Instagram, ladies. There you go.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Roy, we're gonna have to start like a dating agency.
Oh my gosh.
That's so awesome. And then for the sake of time, I'll ask you this very last question. Somebody wants to know what the difference is between accounts receivable and accounts payable.
Okay, so accounts receivable is all the money that you're waiting to get. So if you send out an invoice for $100 and they haven't paid it yet, like your client hasn't paid it, that $100 is accounts receivable. So it's all the invoices that you're waiting to get paid. Accounts payable is just the opposite. So somebody sends you a bill and you haven't paid it yet, all the bills that you're getting, those are your accounts payable. Easy way to do it. Receivables are sales, payables are expenses. Money in, money out.
Perfect.
Does that make sense?
So good. You're so good at what you do. Well, thank you so much again for just being on the Big Picture Business podcast and for answering these fun questions. And it's just it's fun to watch your journey.
And
oh yes, of course.
Yes, I want to say very special thing that you've done for all of our listeners is that you've offered 50% off your Perfect Accounting System course for all of our listeners out there. So on our website at bpbpodcast.com/accounting for e-commerce, you can get a coupon code where you can get 50% off of Brendan's course, which is already at a generous price. if I say, but you can get that and learn how to set up your business for success, set up your accounting, and with tax season here, get these things right and save some money.
Save money.
Yes.
Save money. Learn from Brendan. This guy knows what he's talking about, ladies.
Yeah. And if you have questions, hit him up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your Instagram handle again?
At Etsy Accounting.
There you go.
Accounting.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We'll catch you next week. And thank you, Brendan. We'll see you soon.
See you.
Bye.